Good morning, everybody. It is Christmas Day for boxing fans, the 21st of December 2024. Usyk versus Fury 2. We got Jay's Fight Talk on his annual pilgrimage last night. Even he's smiling after a skin load of alcohol last night. So that's good, Jay. Glad to have you back with us. Liam Tully in the house as well. Boys, we've just been chatting off camera. Wow. I cannot believe we're here. No one's pulled out apart from half the undercard, but we'll get over that. That's fine. Usyk versus Fury 2 stays and remain, though. That's the key thing here. Fury, we may as well get into the big talking point that we haven't covered off, the weigh-in yesterday. Fury coming in at a career heaviest 281, but obviously there's a big caveat to that. Usyk as well coming in, I believe, at a career heaviest 226 as well. Both of them fully clothed. We don't know how many layers or what the rest of it they had on. So
yeah, but again, that ceremony, everyone's forgetting that ceremonial weigh-ins. They have an official weigh-in.
No, they didn't have an official one because the heavyweights.
Yes, they did. I heard them. They were talking about on radio this morning.
Heavyweight, mate. Everyone got on the scales during the day.
John Rawling confirmed this morning they had a behind closed doors official weigh-in, and that was nothing but a ceremonial weigh-in. He confirmed that on TalkSport this morning.
That's interesting because I read yesterday that everyone on the undercard did the official weigh-in bar the heavyweights because there's no limit for the heavyweights. So
it's different in Saudi. Turkey wants everyone weighing in and then doing a ceremonial in the evening in case there's any. I know they're heavyweights, but in case there's any mishaps or anything.
So the weights are the weights, the clothing issue. And apparently it was freezing cold. That's why they all had let load of clothes on it. Apparently it was freezing cold when they did the ceremonial.
That walk across the water, Team Usyk tried to get changed. Apparently, I saw something this morning. They didn't want to see that walk across the water. Yeah, because it was freezing.
Yeah, mate, I mean, I've been to Egypt. And it drops real cold on a night, and it can be like over 100 during the day, and then it.
Weird because Dev's put out that Tyson Fury's real weight's around 270. So look, there's all sorts of contrasting information out there, but anyway, the weight's irrelevant, isn't it?
It is what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is. Usyk's not going to put on any weight really overnight, is he? Fury's probably, I guess, not going to put on that much. You know, it's not like either of them have cut any weight, is it? So
no.
The biggest thing now for Tyson is whether Team Usyk's appeal for him to have to tidy up his beard comes through.
I think they've already done
that. It's interesting. I don't know because they've done it because they knew they'd get a reaction out of Tyson. And if you looked at him yesterday on the stage, wasn't he? He was going to Frank before they done that face-off that wasn't really a face-off. He was holding onto his beard, wasn't he? So
he'll come in tonight, clean
shaven.
Yeah, I think he will as well.
He'll take it all off and say, there you go.
It'll annoy him. It's a big, massive beard. That'll probably annoy him.
Yeah,
it's interesting though because
the had it as bushy as that before. It's way,
he had
way
one
over
for Wilder 3, didn't he? But
it wasn't
never as big as that. No, it wasn't.
Like that. I think he's just left it over the past few months. But I think he'll just shave it off. I think he'll come in completely clean shaven tonight.
It's interesting because the WBC are the only governing body that have a rule around beards and being too long. Yeah. And it's interesting, the governing body that's Fury's held a world title for the last 3 years. They're the ones that.
Yeah, it is. It is.
The weigh-in today. What did I take from it? Neither man wanted to be out there on a stage at nearly 8:00 at night Saudi time. They were, they done. If the ceremonial was at 2:00 in the afternoon UK time, which I believe it was, at 4:00 that time, that's another 4 hours they've then had to wait to do it. Take nothing from it, mate. Tyson got everything Tyson wanted to get out of this week, face-to-face with Usyk. He done the day before at the press conference. Come yesterday, his aim was keeping the layers on, not getting a last-minute cold, and then getting back to the hotel. You can see that he was straight in a car and gone. He didn't do any media at all yesterday.
No, he didn't do anything.
All the glove selection and rules meeting that's normally after the weigh-in was obviously done during the day because of how late the weigh-in is. So no one had to hang around. Everything was done. Usyk didn't really look like he wanted to be there either. If you look, he held his flag up, which is a message for back home. Yeah. Fair enough. He done a briefcase. He didn't care either.
You've got to remember, boys, as well, that these two have been in and out of each other's lives for the past 5 years, probably at least 4 years, where there's been the names have been pushed together for a couple of years before we actually got anywhere close to having the actual fight itself. And then there was the crazy build up to the first fight. Obviously Tyson got cut, so it dragged out a little bit longer. These guys are sick of the sight of each other. They're sick of the sight of promoting each other. They just want to fight and get it over and done with. And I think that's why we're seeing very little in terms of media work. I think they're doing their obligations and that's it. Whereas previously, both of them have been really approachable. Usyk never turns interviews down. Tyson loves getting in front of a camera. We've seen I think we've seen differences from both sides. There's a lot less fanfare from them two teams. I know we've got the fanfare around the event itself, but these two just seem focused. Who just want to get to tonight, fight and done. And Usyk, I'm assuming, wants to put rubber stamp on it, 2-0 and on, retiring into the sunset. Tyson obviously wants to get that back and go on to have a big fight in the summer. So I think that's why they've both been really sort of subdued is probably a word I'd use.
I think the other thing to take into account as well, all the promotion that comes with a Riyadh season fight is much bigger than anything if this was in the UK or America. So they filmed that promo. I think it was out in Belgium, I heard the promo. That amazing promo was filmed.
They always do them in like little European locations.
That was 2 days. That was
like
48
or something, wasn't it?
That was 48 hours they had to spend around each other at the start of the training camps. All the other little virtual bits they've done with Turkey and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. And then the media obligations on Monday were probably tenfold more than they were
all
for
the face-to-faces and all that thing on the zone. That it's a good point, Jay. They have been around each other an incredible amount. And let's not forget an 11-minute face-off on Thursday's press conference. And obviously, you could have, everyone would have known it was coming yesterday. A 2 or 3 second face-off. Look at you for a second and then I'm out. We knew that anyway. We weren't going to get another
fight now, don't they?
Yeah, they weren't going to get another.
They don't need to sell it, do they, as well? And a lot of build-up to fights is about selling the fight. And this fight sells irrespective of whether they do any media, whether we see them. We could have not seen either of them until tonight when the first bell goes. There'll still be just as many people watching it. We don't need table flipping. We don't need kicking off. I know Tyson did a little bit of verbals, didn't he, the other night? But I think that was more for him than anybody else. I think he just needed to get that.
Just letting him know.
Or letting him know, getting himself in the zone. Or, we're all going to watch this fight regardless of what happens in the lead up and the build up. I don't think we're going to have any more or any less people. We're going to watch it anyway. Just
going back to the beard, it's actually like Usyk himself, his mentality is that elite. He actually doesn't even care about it. I watched him.
It's Alex Krasiev. That's who he's done.
It's Alex Krasiev.
Just to piss Team Fury off, I think.
Yeah.
Krasiev will do anything to piss Team Fury off, like Jay's just said. And if it takes even 10 minutes of Tyson's focus, then they'll chalk it up as a little mental win. Usyk doesn't care. Usyk would fight him if he had a flipping balaclava over his head. He's just going to get in there and do his job.
Yeah.
But
it is hilarious. So the biggest fight of the year, we're talking about a beard.
Oh, mate, it's
only in boxing.
It's bonkers that only one governing body has this in their rules, though. And if there was no WBC belt on the line tonight, say it was the WBC rather than the IBF that was stripped, Tyson could keep his beard that long. Only one of the governing bodies has it in, which is just shows how far boxing's got to come with unifying everything.
It shows how fractured it is, doesn't it, as a sport? The governing bodies don't have the same rules, regulations, and stipulations, and that in itself, silly. That's like, two Premier League football teams playing, and then you play certain teams and you get 3 points. You play another team, you get 2 points. You can't have it. Needs
it should all be down the middle.
It'll be consistent. Yeah.
Look, it'll be Tyson either comes in clean shaven tonight, or he comes in and he's left the beard because they've come to some sort of deal. The other interesting thing is yesterday they were clashing over the replacement judge, weren't they? One of the Puerto Rican judges.
Yeah, what happened with that in the end?
It looks like it's Steve Weisfeld who scored the first fight in favor of Tyson Fury back in New York.
So they were getting in a repeat judge?
No, so basically one of the Puerto Rican judges couldn't go on his flight because he was unwell. So they flew in 2 replacement judges and both teams had to agree on the replacement judge. They couldn't agree. So Frank Warren said there was going to be a coin toss, and it looks like it's the American Steve Weisfeld who scored the first Usyk AJ fight for Usyk 117-111 and had Fury winning the fight in New York. So if you look at a judge that scores fights fairly, that's fair enough. But neither team could agree. Frank Warren said there was going to be a coin flip, which must have been what they've done, because one of the Puerto Rican judges couldn't get on his flight, was unwell. Just another little layer to add to it. You've now had to fly in 2 replacement judges and you've got one. But look, for me, you're not going to need judges tonight. The only reason you might need judges is if there's some horrible head clash early on and that gets stopped before 6.
Like that.
Yeah, that's the only reason for me you're going to need judges. But doesn't matter. Regardless of what Tyson's real weight is, for me, I fought all through the build up. Anything over 270, I don't like because it's telling Usyk he's coming in. Tells Usyk he's coming in for a stoppage. So for me, even if he's bang on 270, I'm not as happy as I would be if Tyson was lighter. He's not been this heavy since the Wilder second fight. But the reality is, Wilder doesn't have the movement of Usyk.
Usyk's not Wilder, is he? Look at his footwork in comparison.
Yeah. You can be heavy because Usyk's just going to... Yeah, because Wilder just stood there because he trips over his own feet because he's got all coordination when it comes to moving. Yeah, he's too heavy for Usyk. It's funny saying Usyk's a career heaviest weight, but he's still 4 stone lighter than Tyson. Like, that's the mental
What's it, like 55
pounds, they reckon, don't they? Like insane. 4 stone.
It is funny, though, Jay. It makes me laugh when people go, that's like a featherweight fight and a light heavyweight. It's not, is it?
It's like 2 heavyweights fighting each other. Shut up.
Yeah. When you're 16 stone, you can still crack.
Oh yes. You know,
like, do you not remember?
Yeah, when you're 6'3" and 16 stone, you can still put a man out.
Do you not remember the first fight where the supposed smaller fighter nearly stopped the big mammoth giant and actually, had him rocking and rolling for a good 40 seconds?
People get it twisted. Usyk can crack, but he's fighting big men. It's not as simple as, just being a puncher. All right, he might not be a concussive puncher, but he hits hard enough to keep these big guys in check. He must hit hard to keep these
big guys.
It is. That's right.
It's like he did to Bellew. He did to Bellew, just consistently punching.
And once he gets his eye in, once he does break you down, like he hit Fury in the 8th, and then got him in 9. In Bellew, he hit him with a few good shots and finished him straight away. He knows he can smell blood. Usyk, he definitely can. One thing I just want to say, boys. Sorry, Liam, go on.
As I say, the best example of him doing it over 12 rounds is the first AJ fight at Spurs. AJ starts well for the first couple of rounds while Usyk's figuring him out, but you can tell the jabs and the body work he's putting in are already having an effect. So come 10, 11, 12, Usyk's in complete control, isn't he? He's done all the groundwork earlier in the fight. So yeah, it's the accumulation of punches that he lands from minute 1 to if he needs to get into minute 36. And they must have an effect because what he's doing at heavyweight arguably is more impressive than what he was doing at cruiserweight, because cruiserweight's all natural around his weight. He's now putting dents in and laying out, but you get what I'm saying, stopping and dropping bigger fighters, men that realistically he shouldn't be able to make the same cracking, but his power is almost more impressive since he's moved up, isn't it?
Yeah, it is absolutely. Just one thing I want to make a point about. I picked Fury to win, obviously. I just hope we get a conclusive ending tonight. I hope there's no split decisions. I won and this, that, and the other. I wish both men well, and I wish them out of the ring safely, of course. But I just want an answer tonight where we're like, okay, that guy was better than that guy tonight.
No controversy. We don't want
just give us a nice clean win. It doesn't have to be a knockout. It can be
just a definitive
9-3 or a 8-4. Whatever it is. Yeah, like put it this way: if the three of us are sat here talking at 11:30 midnight tonight, whenever the final bell goes, or earlier if it's a knockout, as long as we're going, he won that one. It's not like Jay scored it to Fury by 3 and I've scored it to Usyk, but whatever it is,
we don't want to big
we need to know who the best is. That's big up Charlie Kite. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Usyk stoppage in the 7th. He's got.
We don't want a Bivol Beterbiev situation where we're focusing on the judges, if that makes sense. If it goes to points, we want it clear cut. I mean, what the first fight was majority.
Bivol 12-0.
We don't talk about that night. Jay he didn't really give Bivol every round, but he gave Bivol a lot of the rounds. And I tweeted out after 10 that Beterbiev needs a knockout. So we didn't have that best night.
No, but you get my point. I mean, the first fight was a majority decision, wasn't it? So we don't even want that tonight. We want the UD if it goes 12
tonight.
But I will say this
tonight. We need.
I will say this. I've said Usyk 9th this week. I'm even more confident on that after seeing the weigh-in yesterday. Fury's given away what his game plan is. He doesn't want to go 12 rounds. He's going to stick it on Usyk. And that, for me, is where he's going to walk onto something. He may be big and strong and he may try and walk him down like he did with Wilder. But like we said, Usyk is a boxer. He can sit in the pocket and happily pick him off.
I don't think he will. I think he'll use his fast hands. I think he's just going to lean on him. I don't think he's going to try bum rush him. I think he knows that Usyk's too cute and clever for that. And he
fascinated by it, Jay. I'm fascinated to see what Fury's
changed. I cannot wait.
What has Tyson Fury done in camp? What has he changed? What are his tactics going to be? Because that is the story of the fight, isn't it? We're going to know after 6-9 minutes. So what we're gonna have 3 rounds.
I'll tell you something, though, boys. I'll tell you which fight I really would like to see. The one that he's probably going to have after the fight with Paris, because she looked fucking fuming yesterday.
I haven't spoken to her for 3 months.
She's looked pissed all week, hasn't she?
She looked pissed.
I just don't know if I believe it, though. I just don't know.
I'm not
Jay,
sure.
Jay, this is a good one for you. We'll come back to Usyk Fury for a couple of minutes after Charlie's just asked. I know you spoke to Ish Davis, didn't you?
Yeah,
a couple of days ago, so that's probably a good question. Me and Liam did the prediction show on Boachuk and Ish, but good to get your thoughts on the fight.
Boachuk is, on paper, the better fighter, and he's an absolute savage. And Ish has got this fight off the back of a decent performance against Josh Kelly at short notice. He's been brought in as opponent a few times. He sort of came into the spotlight beating Troy Williamson. He then got the Josh Kelly fight at short notice, performed really well and could potentially have stopped Josh Kelly towards the end of that fight. We'll never know, will we? He's now been brought in again at short notice for big money in his natural weight division. I am not saying Ish. I'm very, very confident he will win. I'm confident he can win, but the situation has to be right for him. I think Boachuk has to make a few mistakes. I think Ish has got to have the fight of his life, but I'm not writing him off in this fight because he on his day is a world class. He has a world class skill set, but it's bringing it all together on the night. And I'm not sure whether he's ready to bring it all together tonight. I hope so. I'd be surprised if he gets stopped. To be honest, I'd be very surprised if he gets stopped.
Yeah, I think me and Liam both picked the stoppage. Yeah, he is. Boachuk's style is completely different to Josh Kelly, Charlie.
No shit, Sherlock, Charlie. I get that, but what I'm talking about is the reasons why we've got Ishmael to this point. I'm not saying Boachuk and Kelly couldn't be any different in terms of styles. What I'm saying is the reason he's got to the stage we're at talking about him today is off of the back of the performance in a loss against Josh Kelly. I'm not. The two aren't comparable. They're totally different fights.
I'm worried for Ish is Boachuk's got an iron chin. We saw that against Virgil Ortiz. Ortiz, remember, knocked out every opponent he'd ever fought before Boachuk. And Ish doesn't crack that hard. He's not. I don't know if he's got the power to. That's my concern for him in the fight. But look, Liam, just a quick one before we finish up. Have they released the order yet for tonight?
No, they haven't. But just one thing, because I was just talking about the judge. It's been confirmed that it's Ignacio Robles who is going to be the third judge. A Panama official whose most high-profile fight was Dimitri Bivol, Lyndon Arthur, who was a judge for that, and that was 120, 107 for all of them. He mainly, looking at his box recs this year, he's only judged over 6 or 10 rounds. So they put in an experienced judge in as the third one. If that's, look, we're not saying it's going to be interesting on the scorecards, but that could be something to bear in mind. He's not a judge that has a lot of world title experience from having a quick box.
That might be a good thing, though. Yeah, I've gone. I think 8 for Chuck Charlie. Sorry, Liam. I think Ish will get stopped, unfortunately, but willing him to do it, man. Really
could be a good thing. Yeah, it's just been announced. Coin toss took place after yesterday's weigh-in, and it was the Panamanian judge that they've gone with. No, they haven't released the running order yet, mate. I'll be checking every 3 or 4 minutes.
I would imagine that they'll go with the weigh-in order, though.
I was going to say, looking at the zone app, mate, the only difference from what we said is obviously
Boachuk's after Fisher.
Yeah, Boachuk's after Fisher. So you go McGregor, Low McGregor, Peter McGregor into Fisher Allen, Boachuk.
Do you know what though? That makes sense because Boachuk and Ish is a final eliminator. Fisher Allen's nothing.
This is what I was trying to say to you yesterday.
Tell you what, though, Dave Allen looked well, didn't he? Yesterday, he's lost a lot of weight.
You seen his tweet? You seen his post he's put out from the weigh-in? I quite like the caption. Actually, it's not him trying to kid anyone. He said, "Look, I look like I do a 6-pack of beer every night in a takeaway, but I promise you, this is the best shape of my life. I'm not promising I'm gonna become a world champion, but it's time to roll the dice and see what I can do.
Look,
Because, that's free change for him. He's not selling the world, is he?
Let's be real, right? If Dave Allen turns up properly, and Johnny Fisher's not on it, Dave Allen will knock him out. But I just think that Johnny Fisher's too big, too powerful, and too fresh. But Dave Allen's got all the attributes to beat the shit out of Johnny Fisher.
It could be a barroom brawl. Dave Allen against Fisher.
It could be, because Dave Allen's not shy at taking a shot. His defense is to
just good chin as well. Forward. Very good chin.
He's got a granite chin. I think he's only been stopped 3 times, has he?
Yeah,
stopped by Price, 3 times.
Ortiz stopped him, yeah.
But
I went 10 with Ortiz, mate.
Did he not get stopped by Ortiz? I thought Ortiz stopped him. Maybe not.
He got battered though, didn't he? He got
hammered, but he didn't get stopped. But this is the thing. When Dave Allen
stopped him in the 7th, I got box record.
Okay, fair enough. When Dave Allen fought Nick Webb, who was also a Southern Area champion back in 2018, 2019, the same as Johnny Fisher, he went into that fight as a massive underdog again, and that's when he landed that peach of a right hand. He's capable of doing it, Look, again, that's Dave Allen of 2018, 2019.
Yeah, it's a long way.
He's in a different place. But there is a chance. Dave Allen has got all the attributes to make it a horrible, horrible night for Johnny Fisher, and he could land the shock. He knows if he loses this, he's back fighting on the dinner shows if he still wants to carry on boxing. For him to have a chance, he needs to win tonight.
Done at any sort of level if he loses. It's Adam Hurley's in the house. Fury the split decision. Thanks for tuning in. Put some respect on Clarissa Shields' rap skills.
I'm not here for
splits. Big up Clarissa's rap skills. Fury the split. We can all kid ourselves, can't we? I've said about a conclusive ending, but we know it's going to be close, isn't it?
I've got a funny feeling we might end up with a bloody draw. Honestly, I think if it looks like Usyk should get a points victory,
it'll be a draw.
They're just going to rob him.
Yeah,
I think they'll give it a draw. So that
to be fair, I guess the first fight was very close, and they gave it to Usyk, so I guess that should give him. Although Usyk won the fight, I'm sorry, he won the fight. But I don't know if did you guys watch the Fight Disciples preview, and Nick and Adam scored the fight completely differently. Nick scored it to Fury, and Adam scored it wide to Usyk. So, they know their stuff, both of them, and that's 2 completely different.
And we don't make any promise. You're happy. Let's be in the woods together.
2 completely different sides of it. Ryan Hong's in the house. Hope you're well, Ryan. Fury trying to pack on weight, tried to do to Usyk what he did to Wilder. Shit's not going to fly. Usyk completely different animal. If anything, it's not going to make it hard for him to get to Usyk. Yeah, that if that is the tactic, kind of it's me or you. I don't like that for Tyson Fury. I don't know what you boys think about that.
That's what I said, mate. If he's going in there for a shootout, expecting that he's just going to be able to bully Usyk based off of what he done to Wilder, that's not going to happen tonight. I don't think he is expecting that, but he has come in heavy. So Tyson Fury is not going to want to go 12 rounds with the amount of weight he's carrying, is he? He knows he's going to tire at some point in the fight. Usyk, with that 4 stone in difference of weight, will come on strong if Tyson does tire. So he's probably is going in there expecting to get it done in the first half, Tyson. That must be his mindset to come in that heavy. But whatever his tactics are, him and Sugar Hill would have nailed it down. They'll be set in their game plan. It's just whether it's good enough to beat Oleksandr Usyk. That's what the question is. It's good enough to do it against other heavyweights, but Usyk is an elite level fighter at any level. So is it good enough against Usyk?
Yeah, that is the $1 million question, boys. So I guess we'll leave it. We haven't really covered Moses against Dempsey McKean. To be fair, the co-main event. Probably
Moses in 5.
Yeah, I've gone a Moses decision. I think Dempsey will take him. I don't think he'll come with much ambition, but I think he might cause Moses problems in the sense of taking him distance. But I know you boys think he'll stop
less than 3 rounds. He'll smash.
That would be impressive considering he's 19.
Listen, the first punch he hits him with, he'll take his legs from underneath him, and he'll just.
He's heavy as well. Moses he came in heavy.
Good. But, like I said during the week, the fact Dempsey McKean hasn't fought since he lost to Hrgovic, and he openly admitted he wasn't fighting this year until the Saudi money came his way, sort of tells you everything you need to know. He's doing this for money rather than thinking he's got a crack realistically at beating Moses. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
You don't not fight for 16 months, convince yourself you're not fighting this year, and all of a sudden take a Saudi payday.
Yeah.
That's the reality. If he'd been fighting and in camp, maybe I would lean more towards a points decision. But everything, indicates that Moses is going to make another impressive stoppage victory this evening.
I would say so. So final comments before we go live later on for the watch-alongs. We'll be there from very early on in the night. So if anyone's with us, please head over. We'll try and keep you up to date throughout the night. Obviously, much better commentary than DAZN or TNT or Sky will give you. So Usyk versus Fury. My apologies, Oleksandr. 2. Final say, Liam.
Usyk stoppage, round number 9.
Jay's Fight Talk. Final comments on the main event.
Fury, round 2. Yeah, but you're going on like I haven't said that. Have I not said that all week? I said round 2 or 11.
You have.
Yeah. You did.
No. I'm not trying to be a.
No, definitely not. But it's just.
I've bet them round 2 and round 11.
If it comes off for me. If it comes off, it could be the greatest boxing prediction of all time if Fury stops him in the second round.
Jay will be off. We'll be finishing the watch along if that does come.
I'll be gone.
Jay will be.
I'll be booking a holiday.
He'll be on his private jet to Barbados. He will. I'm going to go with.
Man. Bet responsibly. I'm not a massive gambler. It's all fun.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm going Fury early or late, so I'll take the early one. Round 2, Fury stoppage.
Yeah, I'm going to go with your late stoppage. I'm going to go Tyson Fury with a stoppage in round number 11 to Usyk's body as well. Yeah, Usyk's body. He's gonna work that body. We know Usyk doesn't like it too much to the body, but I am like the closer it gets. Obviously, I picked Fury from the day the fight was announced, the rematch was announced, but each day that's gone by, and obviously resulting now being sat here on fight day, there is that itch in my head where I'm like, I just can't see Usyk losing like that.
I know what you mean. Listen, I was just going to say, I would not be surprised if Usyk does him like 10-2 and just stays out his way. And
who's got more of a chance of winning by knockout?
Fury for me.
I think Tyson has as well. I think Usyk's got more chance of winning a decision. I think Tyson's got more of a chance.
Well, he caught him last time because Tyson was being sloppy and he was tired. He's not going to get that opportunity tonight. I don't.
Well, that's the narrative, isn't it? He's not. What's that?
Has Usyk ever been dropped as a pro? We talked about Tyson yesterday.
He's been dropped into the body as an amateur. He's been hurt a few times, but never dropped. But Tyson's thing is he's not nursing the cut this time. He wasn't sparring as much. He wasn't in as good condition as he needed to be last time. So Andy Lee's been saying that as well. So if that is true, then maybe we will get an extra 10-15% out of him. But look, we could probably sit here and debate it. Absolutely,
you can debate it until the first bell goes, mate, if you want.
Yeah. Luckily, in a round,
I need sleep. Sorry, I can't debate anything until tonight.
Around about 10 hours time, we are going to find out. So we'll be live for the watch alongs from about 7 p.m. UK time. Make sure you're there to join us. Thanks to Ryan, Adam, and Charlie for commenting and tuning in to this show. Thanks to Jay and Liam for joining me. That's our final show before the reignited show tonight from Riyadh. Yeah, give us 8 hours and we're going to be like,
let's go.
It's Christmas. Yeah, have a great Saturday, everyone, and we'll see you in a few hours.
See you later, everyone.
See you guys.